Welcome back into our GCM mock draft for this year's NBA draft. Now, if you're thinking, hey, I've probably seen 20 interviews that look just like this, that's because Brandon Rahbar has been on here representing OKC for 3 straight years, and we all know OKC has 75,000 picks. So welcome back, and thank you for coming back on.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on here doing a couple of these picks like every year for like until like 2030. Yeah.
Well, we're happy that you're locked in. We were just talking before press record that you have been pretty successful in these picks, in these mock drafts. So no pressure for the one that we have this year.
Yeah, no, it's weird not having multiple picks here, but yeah, I got Chet last year. I got Josh Giddey the year before. So, there is kind of a pressure, like whoever I say here is who the Thunder is going to pick, apparently. So,
yeah, it's crazy. So you've got the 12th pick this year. Because you're the GM now of
right.
in this mock draft. You've got the 12th pick this year. Before I ask you who it is and I put you on the clock, assuming that Chet is healthy and he comes back this year, is there a positional need that needs to be filled with the Thunder, or are we just going best talent like they have been really doing in the past couple of years?
I think it's somewhere in between. I think that ideally those two things would match up. The Thunder need a power forward more than anything. Like if you're looking at positional fit, they need a 4 next to Chet who can play defense, maybe has some size and can shoot. So there are a couple of guys, Jaris Walker, Taylor Hendrix. The Thunder would likely have to trade up for one of those guys. So they're probably not going to be there. But ideally, that's who the Thunder, they would just fit perfectly with the Thunder.
Okay, so my next question before also I put you on the clock. Obviously, this mock draft, like the ones before, there is just no trading. I'm just a very bad commissioner, very lazy, no trades available. Is a trade up like an option? Like, can you see that happening?
Oh, absolutely. If Sam Presti likes Jaris or Hendrix half as much as Thunder social media and fans love Hendrix and Walker, then he'll use some of that treasure chest to move up. Absolutely. The Thunder have so many assets, so many first round picks. They could I could see them moving up to 8 with Washington. They just got the new GM who has worked with Sam Presti the entire time he's been in OKC. So there's obviously a relationship there. The Wiz want to rebuild. You can move up there. You can maybe move up with the Jazz or even with the Mavs, 8, 9, or 10, if one of those power forwards fall. So yeah, but Sam Presti thinks outside the box, could be thinking of a guy that none of us have in mind right now, and he'll be perfectly happy with picking him at number 12. So I think that the ideal scenario would be to trade up, but there's value to be had at 12, I think, as well.
All right. Well, you are now the GM of the OKC Thunder for this mock draft. So putting you on the clock, Brandon Rahbar, you will draft.
After heavy consideration, and I thought about Leonard Miller and Bilal Coulibaly. I think they have very good shots to go here. Cason Wallace from Kentucky dropped to number 12, and we love that. We love the value. He's like a Drew Holiday type. He's an incredible defender. He can shoot. He's very underrated on offense. We will take Cason Wallace at number 12.
So the last probably 2 or 3 picks in the videos that by the time we're recording this, they haven't come out yet. But I have been saying that he is my favorite player in this draft. So it's so great that he was finally picked. I think he's probably just the most well-rounded guy, like 2-way player, good defender, will be good on offense, like SEC all freshman player. He was just like good. Like he'll just go in even as a rookie and just like not mess up.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's why I really like him. If he were to fall in the real draft like he is in this draft, and he's been falling in some mocks, and I don't get it. I'm with you. When you look at the modern NBA, you need 2-way players. You're going to get played off of the court in the playoffs if you can't play on offense or if you can't play on defense. And Cason's going to be able to do both. Yep. He's a little bit shorter. The Thunder love big guards, but he's got a 6'9" wingspan. They also love plus wingspans like we saw with Jalen Williams last year. That's kind of a Presti trademark. Cason may be the best perimeter point of attack defender in this class. He shot like 35% from three, so it's not like he's a bad shooter. He shot well from the free throw line. He's an underrated playmaker. Like he kind of does it all.
Everything.
I legitimately think if Cason Wallace was 2 inches taller, people would talk about him as a top 5 pick.
Yeah, he's 6'4", 185 pounds. So he's got some beef to him, but it is 6'4". And I do agree. If you're talking 6'6" with all the skill and the skill set that he has, it's a different story.
Yep, absolutely. And the Thunder obviously have Lou Dort starting at the 2 or
He's like
3.
undersized as well, right? He's like 6'5".
Yeah, he's like 6'3". Again, a long wingspan, and he's got all that beef. So he can, he's a tenacious defender, one of the best in the league. But it doesn't hurt to have more of those guys. Cason can come off the bench. He can kind of lead that bench unit, but he can also close with the starters because he can play both ways. He finishes at the rim really, really well. There is a lot to like about Cason Wallace. And if he drops to number 12, unless Sam Presti really loves like a Bilal Coulibaly, which there's some rumors that he does, and there's a lot of upside there. Leonard Miller, he's probably the best power forward that's going to be there at 12 since Jaris and Hendrix are probably gone. But if Cason falls, I would not be surprised at all to see Sam Presti select him. I think he's going to be a really, really good NBA player.
I am so happy he is finally drafted in our mock draft. So thank you for doing me a favor and Cason a favor. And I agree. I do think it's a pretty good fit for him in OKC. They're young. And I think the Lou Dort comparison is perfect. And we've seen what he's able to do with the Thunder. So I like this one. And I hope you go 3 years in a row with the correct draft pick.
I hope so too. I'd love to see Cason on the team. Plus, apparently he wears SGA's shoes, like when he's doing his workouts and stuff. So there's like already
a match.
Yeah, absolutely.
A match in heaven. Brandon, thank you so much for the 3rd year in a row. I appreciate you more than you know. And don't tell anyone I said this, but go Thunder.
Love it. Thank you, KJ. I'll see you next year.